One of the biggest questions I continue to get is how can we see Pepe price explode, potentially hitting even 1 cent? Let's dive into that in this video today and explore that idea. Now, before I actually show you guys the spreadsheet that I put together explaining how Pepe could actually hit 1 cent, let's talk about what's happening on Pepe right now, and then make sure you guys stick till the end to see that spreadsheet. Now, right now, with Pepe, we are seeing the price go down a little bit. We're going down a little bit. We're sub $700 million market cap again, heading our way back down towards $500 million. We are also seeing the volume for Pepe continue to drop. Again, remember, just the other day, we peaked at over $1 billion of 24-hour volume, which is absolutely crazy for us to see. That was on the back of Elon Musk tweeting about Pepe 2 different times, tweeting out Pepe's 2 different times. And then obviously since then we have seen our volume decline. However, this is still a strong volume number. Again, in perspective here, when we look at Dogecoin and Shiba Inu, you're looking at around $200 million combined volume between the two. Pepe right now is over double that, or close to double that. So we're still seeing very, very strong volume for Pepe, even though it's on a downward trend. So don't freak out the fact that it's going down. It's going to have big swings in volume, depending on if we get Elon Musk tweeting, whether we get other news events. These things are going to swing volume a lot. Now, one of the things that is happening for Pepe right now is this tweet from Polly. This was very interesting, to say the least. He said, something is brewing. Let's show Tyler Cameron the power of the Frog Army in Gemini. And if you're not aware, these are the Winklevoss twins. Tyler and Cameron are the Winklevoss twins. And then Gemini is their platform that they co-founded. Now, he's tweeting this out and people are wondering, like, what's going on? What is going to happen between Pepe and the Gemini platform? But then he tweeted out this one, which I think is really interesting. And then he said, I have a very interesting proposal for you. It involves Pepe, and tweeted out this picture. Now, what I think this is going to happen is that they're going to push for a Pepe card where you could go ahead and actually buy things with Pepe on this card. And when we go ahead and look at the chart for Pepe, obviously, as I mentioned, we fell below that $700 million market cap. What happened here? So you're trading within this trend line. We started to fall below, and now we're trading within this trend line. We're going to have to see, do we get the explosive growth to go up, or we're going to go back down into this other channel a little bit lower? It's yet to be determined as to what's going to happen here. If we get some great news, we get more Elon Musk tweets of things of that nature, we see Pepe explode. If we go a while without any good news, we could see things start to trend down again. So right now, it's kind of a pivotal moment for Pepe. We did break out of this declining trend that we had. We saw some explosive growth starting to go up, and I know it looks small in this chart, but like in comparison here, you're looking at basically a 60 to 80% gain for Pepe from that bottom to the top. So still massive gains for anybody who ended up being able to time this bottom down in here and then sell a little bit higher or hold a little bit higher, they would still be up a nice chunk. And right now, if you ended up buying Pepe and you saw it go back up to all-time highs, you'd be looking at about 150% gain. So some massive gain potential for Pepe. Now let's talk about what would happen, or what would it take for Pepe to actually go to 1 cent? This is something I've been talking about for a little while here, but let's dive into the numbers. If you appreciate the fact that I actually put together a spreadsheet, make sure you guys subscribe down below and hit the notification bell so you don't miss more videos just like this. So right behind me, you guys can see this spreadsheet I put together. We have the number of tokens for Pepe. So of course, 420.69, that is our tokens. And then we have the different price points and what would the market cap look at those different price points. So roughly right now, or at the time of me putting together a spreadsheet, we were just over that $700 million market cap, and this was basically our price point. Now, if we double that price point from there, obviously then our market cap doubles to about $1.5 billion. But if we wanted to go all the way down here to the bottom and see this price roughly in this range, about that 1 cent, 1.5 cent range, you'd be looking at your market cap in this range. But the problem obviously is that number. You're looking at over $3 trillion market cap, excuse me, for Pepe, which is absolutely massive. Because if we go back, we look at the whole crypto market, you can see the whole crypto market right at the top there, about $1.2 trillion. So basically, as a perspective, if we still had all of these tokens, and this is what we're going to talk about in a second, is how do we solve that problem? But if we still have all these tokens for Pepe, we wanted price to go to 1 cent, you'd be looking at over double, pretty much triple the market cap of the entire crypto market just in Pepe. Obviously, that is a massive hurdle to accomplish, basically impossible to actually make happen. However, we could make it happen if we change the number of tokens because of math. This is a really cool thing. So if we actually decrease the number of tokens, then our price can go up and our market cap doesn't have to go that crazy. And you guys can see at the bottom, we can dramatically decrease our tokens, which is obviously going to be a challenge. But if we can't accomplish that, if we can burn off a large chunk of our tokens, we could actually see Pepe at over a cent, about $1.50, and only have about a $60 billion market cap which there is precedent accomplishing. If we go over here and we look up Dogecoin, Dogecoin peaked closer to $90 billion market cap. So we could definitely, in my opinion, see Pepe go up to that market cap. You can see Dogecoin right behind me here, peaked out over 80 billion, pretty close to $90 billion market cap, which is absolutely crazy. But I think we could see Pepe go into this $60 billion range potentially if we can decrease our tokens, right? So if we see this massive decrease in tokens, Pepe price could go over 1 cent and go into about that $60 billion market cap. Now that would probably require a lot, obviously, to burn down the tokens. That's really the question here. How do we burn down this many tokens for Pepe? What is the plan to accomplish that? This is where we need to make a change. Again, this is where things would not be easy. We'd have to have some kind of maybe buy and sell tax. Maybe it would be other tokens that burn Pepe as part of their project. There are different things that we could do. Maybe when you buy with the new Pepe credit card that Polly was planning on launching, you end up paying some kind of fee in terms of Pepe. Not really sure how this is all going to work out, but if we can start to compound some of these different burn mechanisms for Pepe, we could see the Pepe token supply decrease dramatically, because if you just look at how much we have in terms of volume for Pepe, absolutely massive. Even though it's down a lot from where it was, let's say we had just 1% tax on this, you'd be burning today alone, like on this volume number, if you had 1% tax on this volume number, you would burn 0.5% of Pepe in 1 day. That means in 200 days, you'd be burning basically the entire supply of Pepe. And obviously it's not that easy math because you have compound and that kind of stuff to factor in there. But that just gives you an idea, roughly what you'd be looking at in terms of Pepe. Maybe in 2 or 3 years, we could burn down a dramatic ton of this total supply, which is really bullish for Pepe in my opinion. And so I think it's really important for us to make a plan. How are we going to burn down the supply of Pepe? That's the question that we need to answer next. And how do we continue to grow the Pepe community? We can see the Pepe official Twitter account has hit a massive milestone. Just shy right now of 275,000 followers on this Pepe Twitter account, which is massive for pretty much a brand new Twitter account. You can see the Social Blade stats of how fast they are gaining followers. It is crazy how fast they're gaining followers. They had some bots, of course, get purged, but you're looking outside of bots getting purged, a few thousand new followers, basically 10,000 new follower daily average, which is really great for Pepe, because that means if we go, let's say, 100 days into the future, we could see this account have a absolutely massive following, which means Pepe has absolutely massive exposure. And so if we wanted to see Pepe hit 1 cent, or even if it's not 1 cent, maybe a 1/10 of a cent, some kind of massive gain milestones, we have to decrease the total token supply dramatically. We have to have some kind of Pepe burn mechanism. We have to increase our market cap, which means increase the volume, increase the attention, increase the number of holders of Pepe, which we're starting to do again. We're starting to increase the number of holders on the blockchain for Pepe, which is really good. We need to see that holder number go over 1 million eventually. Obviously, that's not going to happen overnight, but that's a goal for us to reach towards. Reach towards that 1 million holder mark. Reach towards consistently hitting a few $100 million of daily volume. Hit these different milestones for Pepe, and I think it is possible for us to see absolutely massive gains, 100x, 1000x potential for Pepe. But obviously, there's a lot of things that have to go right to make that happen. That's where we need to maybe have a different goal. Maybe our first goal needs to be, let's go for a $10 billion market cap. And you might be wondering, what would it take to hit that kind of a threshold? Well, if you want to learn more about Pepe hitting a $10 billion market cap, check out this video up here so you guys can learn all about that, because it's a lot more reasonable.